Okay guys, welcome to Clunkers and Classics. I was making a video, it's been going on for days and days now, trying to get this thing ready to paint, but I'm not done yet. Halfway through, I went on a road trip with it, with the dogs. So the video is getting pretty long, so I decided to put it into two videos, cut it up. So this video will be mainly the road trip, okay, with the dogs. Some video of the dogs there playing at my dad's place there out on the farm type thing. Okay, before we get started, I'm going to mention a couple of sponsors. I don't take very many sponsors, only stuff that I can actually use and I think you guys can use. Okay, the first is these shoes here. I've been wearing them for a couple of days. Where's my hammer? These are, used to be, called steel toe back in the day, but they're composite. So I just usually been wearing, buying cheap Walmart shoes, but these are pretty good quality. They mainly make work boots, but they make these shoes and the high tops. Anyway, they're nice. I like them. Hopefully they'll last a long time. That's the company there. I'm going to put a link in the description. I'm not sure if there's a promo code or anything. Just tell them Clunkers and Classics sent you or something like that. See if you can get a discount. Okay, the second one is a lot of people ask me what type of welder do I use. Well, I use a cheap flux cord Harbor Freight welder. I don't know, they last a year or so, and yeah, you gotta buy another one. Well, actually longer than that. Compressors usually last about a year, but maybe the welder's a couple of years, and then something screws up. You either, you gotta be really careful on the cords here. If you bind them up, step up on them or something, they screw up, and then they're fixable, but the parts and everything of trying to get. So this little welder here, I'll put a link in the description too, is about the same price. And I think on the website, which I'll post a link to, they have an Amazon link, so I guess you can buy it through Amazon. So, Harbor Freight I don't think ships. And if you don't have one close, well, for the same price you can get one. They give you the wire, because these things are over like 20 bucks now. They're probably more than that. So you got a thing of wire included. Everything, all these little straps and wire brushes and stuff like that. And it's real lightweight. I think it's 12 pounds. The cord and everything. You have to read up on it on the link, but it's supposed to automatically, you put in the thickness of the metal, and then it automatically sets the voltage. So you only have one deal on it. Of course, there's instructions too. So this is the Mig 135E flux cord. Nikki, calm down. Okay, so I haven't set it up yet, but I'm sure it works. Got the, I'm sure the handles, the little handle that goes on there. Anyway, yeah, you can carry it around real easy. It's Rylon brand, but I forget what the name of the website is, but it'll be in the description below. So anyway, guys, you want to check that out. A good little cheap. Now I've used a little the Harbor Freight one flux cord for doing, I've done all the patch panels on here, the quarters, the floor, the fenders, and then put in all the floors with it. They're great. They're just a little sloppy, and you got to use a little bit more grinding on the flux cord. But you know, you don't have to buy the gas. You don't have to buy the cylinders of gas all the time and worry if you're shutting them off or not. If you accidentally leave them on the next day, it's going to be empty and you're going to spend another 50 bucks on gas. For little jobs and working, you know, doing your own project, that's what I would recommend. You know, if you're doing it every day for a living, yeah, you get the big guy, the big millers and stuff with the gas and the, you know, but, you know, if you don't want to spend $1,000, well, more than $1,000, I think a nice miller Mig Welder there is probably about 3 to 5 grand. Instead, 150 bucks or so, there you go. And you get the job done. You get her welded up. Okay, so I mentioned that. So I guess that's it. I'll show the footage there of, I'll splice up the video I already have, clips, and put in the road trip. So we'll see you at the end. Okay guys, we're about to take the Nomad on a test drive. Got the dogs loaded up. Puppy here, my co-pilot, and Nikki's back here. And we're doing a test on the car. We're gonna drive out to my dad's place, which is about 60 miles there, 60 miles back, so 120 miles. And let me see, I got the new Chinese speedometer odometer. We're gonna check that compared to the other odometer, which is 8.5 miles slower than we're actually going. Update on the gas gauges. The gas gauges do seem to be working, but I don't know how accurate they are. So this is reading a little bit below half. This is the sender in the new tank, and then this is hooked up to the new tank. That's a little over half, but they both started at over full. We've been on a couple of test drives. When it actually runs out of gas or gets real low, I don't know. Okay, this side one, it fluctuates too, but that's the factory. I think I put about 3 gallons in, and I put another 4, so it probably has about 7 gallons at the very, very most. So that's definitely off. And then we got the fuel pump here, which will transfer this gas into this tank. But anyway, I don't know when we'll stop for gas. This is supposed to have an odometer, but I don't know. I couldn't really understand the instructions that great. I don't know if you have to set it or see, there's something there. It's 44. That's the clock, 13 p.m. And I think that's supposed to be the odometer, the 4th setting, but I don't know how you set it, or if it stays on there when you disconnect the power. Anyway, I think that's supposed to be the speedometer. So we'll see. I'm gonna set you up on, I got some different things here. I'm gonna try this little suction windshield thing there. See if we can get that set up and go in fast motion. Okay, this speedometer set just has a UBS cable, and for now I just kind of got it sitting here plugged into one of these ports. Later on, if it works and it doesn't melt from the sun and all that stuff, probably go through one of these vents or something and put it out through the bottom and plug it in. But for now, we're just going to kind of leave it like that. I did tape it down. It came with some two-way tape, so I taped that down there. Okay, okay, I'll set you up somehow on the windshield deal there. I also got, I don't know, got this little deal here, but I don't know if that would see over the scoop or not. And plus two-way tape. I don't know if I want to tape it on there. Might screw something up. Anyway, enjoy the time lapse, and I will be back when we get at my dad's. I'll break down. I didn't bring any tools or anything with me. I didn't have time to load stuff up, so oh, and we'll document this mileage here. Okay, it's 150,991. So we'll see what that mileage is compared to this mileage. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, brought my dad's here. Give you some video with Nikki. Hey Nikki, how you doing? Like running around? Like running around? Come on, let's go for a run. Let's go for a run. She's a little cautious, but and she's not running at full speed or nothing, but man, she likes it. Where's Puppy? Come on, Pup. Come on, Pup. There's Nikki. Hey, Nikki. Nikki like running around? Come on, Nikki. Not too bad for a blind dog. Had her out here and she doesn't run into nothing. She's developed some type of sense to know that a fence post or vehicle or something is in the way. Hey Nikki, how you doing? Hi Nikki, how you doing, girl? You having fun running around? Such a good girl. Such a good girl. You want to run down here? Come on. Look at her. She's galloping now. Oh, taking a tinkle. What do you think, Nikki? Like running out here? Yeah, I wish my property was all cleared like this, but I had too many trees and now full of cars and stuff, but okay, let's go down this way. Let's go down this way. Oh, good girl, good girl. Yeah, my dad actually sold this place to a multi-billionaire that owns that property, that built that house and wanted a little extra land, so he bought my dad's place here. I think it's 10 acres. But they put in the contract that it's, they got 2 years to move out, so I don't know, it's got a year and a half or something to go before they need to find another place. So a lot of his stuff is gone. He had a bunch of stuff over here and it was all fenced off, partially fenced off down here, you know, for different agricultural purposes, tax purposes, but this billionaire guy has a worker, and the worker come down, took down all the fence and stuff like that. Come on, Nikki, you don't want to... Oh, that's my dad's dog there, Maggie. But there's a neighbor over here who's got a horse. What do you think, Nikki? Like running around here? That's just Maggie over there. We're down here again? She's having a good time. Watch out for the trailer. Watch out, Nikki. See, she didn't quite hit the fence. She kind of knows that it's there. Strange. Can't have her go in the water though. Puppy wants to go in the water. Puppy loves the water. You like going for a swim and a dippy dip in the water? Yeah, but you can't go in. You can't get all wet and muddy. They don't want you in the house if you're all wet and muddy. So you gotta stay out of the water. I got a pond right here. Oh, there's Nikki. So yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna try to bring Nikki out here as much as I can. much as I can before they move. There's my dad up there. Okay, guys. Well, I figure I'd give you a little. I know there's a lot of Nikki fans out there. Oh, Nikki, come on over here. See, she'll miss the fence. Oh, Nikki, that's just Dad. That's just Dad. Come on. Okay, guys, it's the next day. I came back when it was dark, so I didn't record anything, but it was a successful trip. Here's the odometer on the truck reads 151,093, which equals 102 miles. But since it's off, I'm thinking it's more like 120 miles. But okay, it took a while for the for me to figure out this. I thought it was kilometers because I was doing about 60 and it was reading like 100. And anyway, there's only one button on this. It's right here where my finger is, and you go to the left and to the right, and you know, it's like you know, 4 clicks to the left, 4 clicks to the right, and then you can push it. So I guess I need to read the instructions more. But anyway, while I was driving, I was clicking it, and I finally figured out how to set the speedometer. I had to get my GPS thing on the phone and synchronized it with that, and then set it so it actually reads the right speed that you're going now. But I couldn't figure out the trip odometer and all that. I'll have to read up on that. Okay, I couldn't get this deal here to get in the right position with the camera facing forward, or else I would have set you guys up here somewhere. You know, it spins around, but you can't. For one thing, the camera's facing this way, sideways, so you can't spin it around. So I don't know. This is more for a side thing or something. But anyway, that's why y'all got the video of it sitting here. I glued this one on there. You know, instead of putting it here, you just see the scoop, so I put it over here. I got a whole box of this stuff for the camera when I bought it a couple years ago. And by the way, somebody asked me what camera it is. It's a DJI Osmo Action. But I don't think they make this one anymore. They make number 3 or something, Osmo Action 3 or something, and it's twice as much. This camera at the time was 150 bucks brand new, and I looked on eBay, and there's a couple of used ones around that price, a little bit higher, but the new number 3 ones are like 350 or something. Probably better options than this one. This one doesn't have a deal for add a microphone. You can add a little microphone on here, but you can't, no remote, you know, no wireless remote mics. So, you know, you can't have another person a little ways away that you'd be able to hear that type of thing. So whether the 3 has that, I don't know, but it's probably got more options. But this one's got some good options on it. But anyway, I've just been taking care of it. I don't let it bang around or, you know, leave it out in the sun or, you know, dust or anything. I wrap it in some paper towel and you know, lay it down. I don't try to, you know, try not to get the lens scratched and all that stuff. So anyway, yeah, I'll probably use it for a while longer. Anyway, I bought when I bought it, I bought a separate kit with all these little attachments. Like this one here, so you got a little, you set the camera on there, and then you use a clamp. But then I couldn't find a good clamp to put it But I still got a whole bunch more. You know, there's little deals like this. I'm not sure. Anyway, if I can find something else like this in a different position, or if I can figure it out, so you can get the camera there, but I could probably get it, but the camera would be upside down. It'd be, well, it'd actually be pointing down that way, but to the side. And, you know, I need it like that. But then it would be pointing upside down. Yeah, and I could probably edit it and turn it around or something, but I'm not that knowledgeable on that. Anyway, I'll go through the box of stuff, see if I can figure out something a little bit better than this. But anyway, that last video, that's all we got for now. And probably looked like I was guessed by everybody. I was doing between 65 and 70. Speed limit was 75, but of course everybody was doing 80, 85, even the truckers. So it drove real good, drives real straight. Surprised with my you know, makeshift alignment. It drives straight, but it's just stiff, which is kind of understandable because of the, you know, all new suspension front and back. But the back is a lot stiffer because I got those, not blocks, but this coil spring spacer, so it's jacked up. And then I got the air shocks on there, but I'm thinking that I need some shock extenders on it to raise the shocks up, because I think they're kind of bottoming out. Not so much that, it's just stiff, real stiff front and the back. And the slow lane going through where I went is really bad. If I got in the left lane, it'd be a lot smoother, but I didn't want to stay in the left lane because there's people zipping by 90 miles an hour. So I stayed in the right lane, and it's just really bad, bumpy. And the back seat here, where Nikki was, this old seat, it was basically, she was laying in there. Now, you couldn't really feel it in the car, just a little bit, but the seat was going like this, and poor Nikki was just kind of bouncing up like that. At one point, she tried to get at the bottom here, but you know, most of the time she just laid up here on this seat. It's real good. But yeah, I don't know if I can get a better, you know, this got the old spring in there, but I don't know if I can take that out and put foam in it or something, or take it out completely. I don't know. You know, if I go on the Hot Rod Power Tour, I can't really have her, you know, bouncing like this for thousands of miles. She'll end up, you know, I could probably always put her back there, but then I'll have my stuff back there. Okay, drove back at night. The headlights worked good, but they weren't pointing to the left or the right or anything, but it seemed like the low beams, they were pointing down. So I'm going to try to adjust that up, because I kept, you know, going on a few roads with no traffic, and you couldn't see very good. You hit the high beams and boom, you know, all 4 lights light up and you could see real good. But you know, oncoming traffic, you can't drive like that all the time. This little switch here stopped switching. Just turns on all this stuff here. So yeah, at one point, so I got a USB cable in the radio, because my speedometer stopped working, and I was like, what the hell? And then I figured out there was no power to this little cluster, because I had it plugged in here, and this was for my phone charger, or my camera charger. So yeah, I plugged it into the stereo outlet, and it worked. But anyway, I think the switch, I don't know, something's fucked with it. Okay, the gas gauge did work. If you see me in the video, I stopped for gas. It got down to empty. Let me see what it does here. It's reading about half. But I don't know exactly how much gas is in there. I meant to fill it up and check, but I didn't. I just put in, I think 6.25 gallons. So anyway, it went all the way to E, but I knew it wasn't out of gas because I had, you know, at least 5 or 6 gallons in there. And then it, when I put the 6 gallons in, it went all the way to full again. And then this gauge here is for the same tank, and it's reading about half. So when it exactly runs out, I don't know. It could have been almost run out, I don't know, but the only way is to fill it all the way up, because it takes 15 gallons. Anyway, I'm not too concerned about it, but yeah, they do work, they're just not accurate. This temperature gauge here was staying in between 180, and it was about 180, a little bit over 190 maybe. But then this gauge was reading way over like 210. So I don't know, and this one is not in a water jacket, it's just on the head. So I don't think this one's accurate, and it wasn't overheating or nothing. So yeah, this is not very accurate. That always did read higher than this one. So anyway, we got that. Just some little stuff I got to go over. Other than that, I think everything's good. So anyway, I'm gonna fix those little things, the switch, and aim the headlights, and mess around a little bit, and I'll be back, and we'll get back to sanding and priming again. So I'll be back. Okay guys, that'll end this video. Like I said, the next video will have, which I got halfway done basically, of getting this thing ready to paint. So yeah, that'll end this one. As you've seen, the dogs had a good time. I just kind of went over the last few clips there, editing it. I used a stick on the gas tank, the aftermarket external whatever extra gas tank, and you can stick a stick right down in there, and it read half full. So I guess the gauge is right, but I'm gonna keep doing that. When it reads empty, I'm gonna put a stick in it. When it's full, I'll put a stick in it, and we'll see, just so I can get more accurate measurements on what my gas gauges are saying. But of course, I got the factory tank right here, and we'll always have a few gallons in there. And I got the electric fuel pump, which will pump into the other tank, so we'll never run out of gas. But I'm just a stickler on you know, having an accurate gas tank. Okay, so anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And like I said, next video we're gonna have this thing ready to paint, and then after that we'll get into what we got going after that, whether I want to fix some more things like the AC before I actually paint it. I may paint it in 2 stages. Anyway, I want to keep rambling or anything. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed the road trip. Probably take a few more road trips before the Hot Rod Power Tour in June, a couple of months from now. Yeah, 2 months from now. So anyway, I guess that's it. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next video real soon.